Ahoy hoy, I'm Planetwalk, and 2 months ago I made a video titled Coming Out, in which I explained that I'm bisexual and that I am trans. Following the release of that video, I did lose a whole lot of subscribers, which I expected. There are a lot of people out there that just simply don't like trans people. Now you might be thinking, okay, well you lost some subscribers, you expected that, so it's not really that much of a big deal, right? Well, for the past 2 months, with the exception of my last 2 videos, whenever I posted a video, I would lose subscribers. Over the past 2 months, I lost close to 2,000 subscribers. Now, that is the total subscribers that I lost, which doesn't account for subscribers that I gained. In a normal month, I'd expect that number to be about 350 on the high end, or 700 over 2 months. Which means that the amount of people that unsubscribed over the past 2 months because I was trans was closer to 1,300. Or was it? Now, before answering that question, I do want to mention something briefly, because otherwise people are going to be like, this is just a video about Planetwalk complaining about losing subscribers. Boo-hoo! I want to be clear that this video isn't just about losing some subscribers. Sure, it's a good jumping off point, but there are going to be positives that we're going to talk about later. There may also be a few people going, okay, but you haven't shaved, what's up with that? And the answer is, the coming out video explains it, I think. And if you don't have time for that, then well, booblek. That's probably the best way to explain it. Anyway, there are people that thought that the reason why I was losing subscribers wasn't because I was presenting differently and had come out as trans, but for a different reason. Don't take this the wrong way, but your video thumbnails are getting progressively more alienating to your existing audience. You be you, I'm fine with it, but unless this is your new raison d'etre... I'm not good at pronouncing French things, sorry. You may be shrinking your audience. James Stephanie Sterling was also complaining about losing subscribers after she came out and inserted more gender topics into her videos. I unsubscribed from her for the same reason I am subscribed from this channel today. I am not interested in content about gender issues. The last 3 videos are about this topic on this channel, and from my experience, there are usually coming a lot more in the future. It is fine if the creator wants to focus more on videos about gender, but don't be surprised if people leave. The same would happen if you switch from cooking videos to woodworking content. Sadly, most creators think this happens because they came out and not because the current audience isn't interested in the new content. It will take a long time to get a new audience interested in the new content. Ms. Sterling lost about 20% of her subscribers. She blamed people unsubscribing and YouTube not promoting her videos because she came out. Stuff how you've changed your site from interesting intelligent argument to whatever this is now. Wish you'd carried on, eh? Cause I really liked your content. Wish you'd just joined a trans group, eh? Unsubscribe now. So the general sentiment that was being expressed there was that I wasn't losing subscribers because I was trans, but because my content had changed. Now, to a lot of people, this would make sense. I'm losing subscribers because my content is different. It's not because I'm looking different or anything like that, right? However, I suspected that this isn't the case because I've made videos before on this channel about queer issues. It's not like it's anything new. In fact, if you go back to last year, I made like 10 videos in a row that might not be considered my usual content. And people didn't unsubscribe from me then the same way that they unsubscribed over the past couple of months. So obviously there is something different there. And look, I'm not saying that nobody unsubscribed because they thought my content was different. Obviously some of them did. And some of them even left comments. But what I am saying is that I don't think that is the main reason. And I know this for a fact, because it wasn't just particular types of videos that would lose me subscribers, it was every video, up until the last 2. Obviously, there are just a chunk of people out there that don't want to watch content from a trans person. Sometimes it really is just that simple, unfortunately. Now, some people might say, well, your subscriber count has gone down, sure. But it's only gone down by a few hundred, not by 1,300. So obviously you've gained a lot of subscribers from coming out, right? And sure, some of the subscribers that I have gained have been from me coming out. It's not like there's nobody out there that supports trans people. Trans supportive people do exist, right? But the main thing that stopped me from going below 41,000 subscribers was a video that I did for The Skeptic. As soon as that video was posted, I noticed an uptick. And then I posted another video and it started going down again. What can you do? But another thing that I want to look at is some of the comments, because like this one here is just hilarious. Nah bro, you a entire make GTFO, you are inside as hell, bitch. Okay, so you've rewinded that a couple of times to try and work out what is being said there. And it still makes no sense. right? If you have any idea what that means, please let me know in the comments because I am at a loss for what it might mean. This was a great Loak you sat to troll the left. Okay, I wasn't trolling, and here's how you can tell. Firstly, I was showing cleavage. But secondly, I have two IKEA sharks, one named Blahaj and the other named Shork. And thirdly, there are a lot of people that said, yeah, we know. We saw this coming, this is surprising no one. And fourthly, I've made a number of videos in support of trans people on my channel. I wouldn't say that I'm trans if I wasn't trans because that's not really a great thing to do. Bro, you look like a girl. Yes? Am I not supposed to?
Look at the utter state of you. You are a disgrace to men everywhere. Parents must be so proud, I mean, disgusted.
I'm a disgrace to men everywhere? Dude, I'm not even a man. How can I be a disgrace to men if I'm not a man? That makes no sense. And with that, I've triggered a whole lot of comments telling me that I'm a man because I can't change my biology, and I'm now anti-science. Meaning that I need to once again explain that man is a social term. I'm still getting those comments. As for the last bit of that comment, my mum is fine with me being who I am. As for my father, well, he's a little bit too dead to be able to have an opinion on that, but I'm sure he would have been fine with it. As for my stepdad, well, that's probably different. He never liked me having long hair, but he's also too dead to have an opinion as well. Okay, I do need to clarify that I had nothing to do with either of those people's death. Just so you know. I used to really enjoy your content. You're obviously delusional. It's quite ironic that you are making fun of people for believing in fake things when you yourself believe you look like a woman. I think you're the one that needs therapy. You look absolutely ridiculous. Okay, so apparently I think that I look like a woman when I don't. And I mean, right now is probably not a good example because, you know, I'm kind of masks presenting right now. But let's just pick a random frame from the video that was being commented on. Okay, it turns out that if you pick a random frame, then you might get CC. That's not gonna make my point because I am not CC. Okay, so we have, pause frames don't always treat me well. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna get a section of the video and play it. Okay, so in the video that is playing, do I look like I pass? Now, to some people, the answer will be yes, and to other people, the answer will be no. And to me, it's a matter of perspective. You see, for me, whether I pass or not is how closely am I looking for flaws in my appearance? But is me seeing whether I can spot flaws in my appearance a good metric for whether I pass or not? Well, no, because everybody has flaws. The reason why for a lot of people I will never pass is not because I don't look pretty enough or anything, it's because they are looking for all the flaws that they can. And they are going to find them because everybody has flaws. At the end of the day, I'm not being compared to what the average woman looks like. I'm being compared to a standard of beauty that I probably will never reach, and there's a lot of women that will never reach that standard. And ultimately, I think that's harmful. I think we shouldn't be holding people to unrealistically high beauty standards. Wow, I just can't take this channel seriously anymore. So it was me changing how I present that made you not take me seriously. It wasn't, you know, me just treating flat earthers as if they were a joke. It really does make more sense when Earth is a globe, Australia doesn't exist, yet they want to sell more Vegemite. Now, you might say, well, the plane goes over Tasmania, and Tasmania is a part of Australia. But here's the thing, Tasmania is not a part of Australia. Tasmania is Tasmania. There is no country in the world that is made up of more than one island. I don't know, it seems a little strange that you'd take that seriously, but not me dressing differently.
You are dressed like my grandma. Perfect.
That hurt.
This dude seriously fell off. Oh wait, he's not even a dude anymore.
That is a comment that for some reason was left on a video with a little over 2,000 views. Look, every video that I post gets more than 2,000 views these days. How is that falling off? Actually, let's take a small look at the video just to see how better 2018 me was versus now. Ahoy hoy, I'm Planner Walk, and you're watching Flat Earth News. The show that, because it's not pronounced in the same way that it looks like it's pronounced, actually represents Flat Earthers really well. This is the 5th Flat Earth News, and I haven't even bothered to create a proper intro yet. Ooh. That was one of the better parts of the video, and it doesn't hold up well. Like, I look worse because I have a terrible beard that I never should have grown. I don't have nearly as much expression as I have now, not only just with my body, but with how I speak as well. Like, there is no metric in the universe in which that is better than what I'm doing now. None. At all.
This is the most textbook case of autogynephilia that has ever been. The fact he talks so long about clothes and talks about them making him tingle, the use of gender euphoria, and the effects of estrogen. This is a 5-year-old boy's idea of what feminine is. Reddit has been one of humanity's greatest errors.
Okay, this is something that I did see a bit of, and I could rant for ages on this, but this video is not titled Autogynephilia, a Measured Response. The main thing that I want to address though is this idea that feeling gender euphoria is a form of autogynephilia. It's not. It's a very Freudian way of looking at things. Everything is either about sexuality or about your mum, or in the case of Oedipus, both. Now, some people might not like me saying it's just not autogynephilia because it's like, okay, well, describe it to me then. Unfortunately, it's very difficult to describe. It's definitely not an intense feeling of anything. It's a very sort of casual feeling. What I'd suggest is maybe just accept that I know me better than you do, and so you don't have to be an armchair psychologist to try and diagnose me with whatever you think I have.
Now, I'm completely straight, but I will have to say, you're kinda hot. I'm just saying.
Now, there are a few people that left comments along this line, and I have to say, it is not gay if you are a guy to find me attractive. I mean, right now it kind of is, but when I'm dressed more femininely, it's not gay to find me attractive. I personally find it very weird how sometimes you'll have a straight person who will have this big existential crisis simply because they found one trans person attractive. Look, it's fine. You'll survive. I haven't seen her smile this much in a while.
He, according to his Twitter profile, he goes by E.
So that was a screenshot that I shared on Twitter because it's really weird to try and correct someone who is already using correct pronouns. Like, sure, you might be really set on using he, him pronouns for me, but that doesn't mean that everybody else has to refer to me in that way as well. Like, you've got people that complain about, if you say that I have to use she, her for you, that is compelled speech. But then this guy comes along and is like, you have to use he, him for this person, even though that's not the pronouns that this person prefers. Anyway, the he that I had listed in my Twitter profile was sometimes he, not always refer to me this way, because sometimes I'll dress masculinely, and it's fine if you want to call me he then. Also, if you accidentally refer to me as he when I'm dressed femininely, that's also fine. I'm not going to go around correcting everybody. Anyway, I've decided to remove the sometimes he from my Twitter profile. That way, people don't get confused about it. Anyway, the comment has recently been edited, so let's check out the updated version.
The fact that he claims he doesn't always go by E, but sometimes he does, is proof positive that he doesn't live in reality, and he suffers from a psychological issue. 100% gender BS nonsense.
It's called being gender fluid. Sometimes I'm more masculine, sometimes I'm more feminine. I swear, there are a lot of people that like to call me confused about gender or whatever. But like, people like this, that are confused over simple pronouns, they really seem like the confused people to me. Anyway, those are the main sorts of comments that I wanted to take a look at. Some of them were on the sillier side, but some of them expressed common sentiments that I really wanted to address. But now, let's move on to the positives, because there were a few positives. I gained a whole lot of new Twitter followers. I don't know how that happened, but it did. So if you want to go follow me on Twitter, that's an option. I usually don't promote my Twitter in my videos. Another thing that I've seen is that there has been a huge outpouring of support. Like, I did a live stream shortly after coming out, and I got so many super chats that were just generally supportive. I was actually more hoping that they'd be asking me questions than being supportive, but, you know, people decided, hey, well, I can show support this way. I also feel like it was one of my better live streams. I was exhausted afterwards, but I usually feel like I don't do too well in a live setting, and this was different, I feel. Now, I did also gain a decent boost in Patreon support. Now, some people are going to hear that and rush to conclusions, like assuming that I'm grifting or something. And I don't really think that there's anything that I can do to dissuade someone who is of that opinion. All I can say is, yeah, I have gained some Patreon supporters. I'm being honest here. Though I really think that I could have done better for myself if I had stayed away from all controversial subjects like gender and sexuality with a 10-foot pole and just not risk losing subscribers at all. Present as a cis person, don't even paint my nails because for some reason, people don't like that. And if I ever get low on content, I just re-upload my Nigel Cheesy Hands video. Oh jeez, if I ever do something like that, that would be depressing. Oh, that... Don't ever let me do that, by the way. I'd like to think that I have a decent amount of originality left in me rather than resorting to reruns of my best video in hopes that I'll reach the same heights once again. Actually, now that I think about it, aren't there flat earthers that literally just do that? Anyway, let's go through a few other comments that I enjoyed because there were a few fun ones that I quite liked. Are you gay? Who cares? No, I'm trying to date him. Well played. Unfortunately, I'm probably not interested. Sorry. You're hotter than my wife. Why, thank you. And if you happen to be this person's wife, this is totally what I look like all the time. So this is what you want to wear. Just a good tip. Not gonna lie, always thought you were a femboy. Bottom face. Congrats on coming out. That is a good point. Like, I do say that I have a mask appearance right now, but honestly, I probably look more like Twink Dracula than anything.
Marked safe from being attracted to by Planawalk. I have a quick growing full beard.
I wouldn't say you're safe so soon. After all, there is always options.
That's okay. Estrogen starts with an O anyway.
That is fake news. Estrogen starts with an E. Like, I can look on these tablets and it says estradiol. Okay, that's not estrogen. What else do... La 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 la. Not listening. It starts with an E. You cannot convince me otherwise. Estrogen starts with an E. Anyway, now that we've dispelled that silly myth, I hope you liked the video. It was a bit on the sillier side for some of it, but that gives me more opportunities to just do something interesting. I don't get to do this with the Flat Earth videos, and people who just watch my Flat Earth content, they never get to experience this kind of stuff. Anyway, leave a like and subscribe if you like this video. Leave a comment letting me know that you are obligated to leave a comment on every video that I ever make. That is something that you are legally obligated to do now. As always, a big shout out to my $20 or more patrons: Hugh Jarsz, M.C.Nutkin, Morrie, Nathaniel Muller, Vermont1777, Tony C, Rosyna Keller, Wolfie, KidVicious, Sacha Campbell, definitely not NASA, Craig D'Amelio, Richard M Chapman, and Sain't. If you want to support me financially, you can do so on Patreon. There should be a link over there. But anyway, I will see you in the next video. Between you and me, thank you for watching. Undoubtedly, there are some people that said, oh, you're trans. I'm gonna... That happens.